All right, guys, went back today with what I am calling the ultimate budget 3-gun shotgun right out of the box, the Stoeger M3K. I discovered this shotgun because a good friend and coworker of mine purchased one at an affordable price for his 3-gun competitive shooting and said it looked pretty good. After doing my own research, I discovered a lot of positive reviews about this shotgun and really took a look at its action and some reviews of the standard base models with surprising results. A lot of people loved the Stoeger lineup of the M3000. The M3K is the competitive version with all the updates that you would want for 3-gun shooting, and they did a very impressive job. This comes in at a great price, about half the price of some of its other competitors, and even a third of the price of some of the top tier shotguns. But can it compete in the 3-gun circuit? Well, I took it down to the range, ran a lot of rounds through it, practiced reloading drills, and I can say this thing is absolutely awesome. If you want more information about this or anything else I review on the channel, you can follow me on my other platforms. My 704 Tactical Patreon and Instagram page have daily deals, and my CamSat page has all of the information you'll ever need about everything I review and a ton of other information. That's the first stop if you want to find all of that good information. All of that information will be in the description below. But let's start off at the front and work our way to the back of this competitive shotgun. And the first thing right out of the box is it comes with a tube extension. This one holds 10+1 rounds of 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch shotgun shells right from the factory. The other thing, it's got interchangeable chokes, a fiber bead sight with a vent rib all the way at the top, which makes it perfect to get that shot placement, especially with the fiber sight. Moving a little bit further back, we do have the forend, which is ergonomic. Nothing super special, but nothing crazy to worry about breaking. Everything is streamlined and smooth. It's got nice texturing on the side, and it flows nicely with the barrel, so everything is good there. The barrel is a longer barrel to accommodate that 10-round tube capacity right out of the box, so again, perfect for a 3-gun shotgun setup. With the interchangeable chokes, this would also make a good hunting shotgun, except for the fact, though, that it has 10 rounds and most states limit capacity for hunting applications. But if you didn't have a limit on what you could use this for hunting, maybe varmint hunting like coyote, this would be a coyote slayer or a hog slayer because of that 10+1 round capacity. Moving along to the receiver, this is where a lot of the updates start to take charge and you can really see them vividly. The first thing I want to discuss, which may not be so obvious, is the enhanced magwell. This is chamfered and cut out to allow you easy access to load the shells. Everything loads smoothly, nothing gets in the way, and that enhanced cut allows you to get gloved fingers and just double shell loads in there. Even though I'm horrible at double shell loads, I'm no 3-gun competitor, but it can be done very easily with this shotgun. It also has an anodized red aluminum follower for high-vis applications. You can definitely tell the difference between the back of a brass shell and the red follower. It works out nicely. Transitioning over to the side, it's got an extended slide release or bolt release. This is absolutely perfect and works insanely well. When we are talking about slide releases, the only thing that I've seen kind of compete with this from the factory is the Beretta 1301, and you're talking about a $1,400 shotgun. So having this anodized billet aluminum slide release on the side is key. It also has an anodized aluminum charging handle, which is oversized, and the edges are chamfered and rounded. You simply slap this guy, it slams the bolt home, and you are good to go. Again, that loading gate combined with the bolt release, combined with the charging handle, make this a premium shotgun that a lot of people would pay a ton of money to update theirs to make it look like this. And we are talking about, again, a high value and budget option. The other thing about this shotgun is it's got a pretty nice trigger guard, even though it's polymer, and a very nice oversized push button safety. It's easy to actuate, it works well, and everything about the action is just very smooth and reliable and easy to use. We will talk about the actual reliability, though, of this shotgun with a wide variety of loads in a second after we discuss the stock. There's not much to it. It's a stock. It's got a rubberized butt pad. It's not good, it's not bad, it is what it is. Now for the reliability. The first thing I wanted to try was low brass shells, and I bought 3 different boxes of shells from Walmart to try in the low brass category. It ran all of it. Occasionally, there would be one box of shells at the very onset of testing that didn't want to lock open. After 2 boxes of shells, it broke in. Now, this was a used shotgun, but when I picked it up from the shop, there was no evidence that it had ever been fired, or if it had been fired, it was just a few rounds. So I actually got a chance to break it in down at the range, and it only took 1 box of low brass shells. A lot of times people will say you need to break in these style shotguns. I'm not a big believer in that. I think they should come from the factory working, and it did. After that first box, everything ran 100%, no issues with low brass shells whatsoever. Now, the fact that you can overrun certain types of shotguns. So depending on the gas system, like the Benelli M2, I can outrun the Benelli M2, meaning if I really bear down on it and I pull the trigger as fast as I can, a lot of times you will catch the bounce of that bolt going home as it bounces and comes back just a touch. You can pull the trigger on the bounce if you're pulling it too fast, or you can outrun the shotgun. I can easily outrun the Benelli M2. I cannot outrun the Benelli M4, and I cannot outrun the Beretta 1301. Those are different gas systems, and the Beretta 1301 cycles incredibly fast. The M3K, I can outrun, but not all the time. It depends on the shell loading. So some of them I could outrun, and some of them I couldn't. So it's a little bit better than the Benelli M2, but you're never going to be in a situation like that in a 3-gun competition shooting where you're going to need to dump that rounds that quick, unless you're doing some type of Jerry Michalak like competition against the timer, just dumping rounds on a static target. You can potentially outrun the M3K. I cannot outrun the Mossberg 930. I cannot outrun the M4 and the 1301. So that's something to consider. You can outrun the M3K. I believe it uses a similar gas system to the Benelli M2, and I can outrun the M2. With that being said, though, it's reliable, it works, it's fast, it's competitive, and the recoil impulse is very minimum, as you can see in the intro, and I highly recommend this shotgun. I would actually pick this up over a Benelli M2, and I know a lot of guys are just kind of cringing right now that I would say that. Well, Benelli, the M2 is too easily outrun. I can outrun that too quick. I can outrun that without even trying. I have to try to outrun the M3K, and that's why I would pick the M3K over the M2. Now, that is for competitive shooting situations. If we were talking about a combat effective shotgun, the Benelli M4 and the 1301 are easily going to outclass this. And honestly, the 1301 is a much better gun than this, but you were talking about $800 more for the 1301 than this shotgun. So if you're looking for a high value and budget shotgun that actually works and is ready right out of the box for 3-gun competitive shooting, there's no other gun I would recommend besides the Benelli, the Stoeger M3K. I also like the Mossberg 930, but you're looking at a few $100s more for that shotgun, and you don't get the enhanced features of the cutout mag well, the side bolt release, as well as the extended charging handle and 10-round tube out of the box. So you're going to have to add about $300-400 worth of upgrades to that to make it competitive. So this one is absolutely a great option, and what I'm considering one of the best out-of-the-box budget 3-gun shotguns you can possibly get. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.